How are we doing, Beatstar fam? Tier list week continues today with my September Extreme tier list. This Extreme list video is going to be a shortened version as I'm both running out of time to get these videos up before my vacation, but also because it hasn't been too long since the last Extreme list. I'm still going to briefly look at clearing, scoring, and overall ranks, but mostly just touch on what's new and what changed. Let's jump on in. We see most of our changes with the clearing ranks this month as a few songs shifted one way or the other. Sandstorm continues to fall across the board and moves from a 3-star to a 3- for clearing. It's a high note count and dense song, but doesn't throw anything complicated at you past that, and you can see in the data that players are getting more and more used to this. Overdrive settles down slightly from a previous 3+ to a normal 3. Pretty typical stuff as people practice these newer songs. On the other end of the spectrum, Winona's Big Brown Beaver rose more than any other Extreme this month and is now a 4-. No One Knows also rose, moving from a 4 to a high 4+. As we continue to have more Extremes added, it pushes some of the harder songs away from the middle of the pack, and I wouldn't be surprised at all to see No One Knows become a 5 for clearing someday. It's different from the other clearing 5s in that it has a short but intense difficulty spike in the song, and while it isn't a prolonged battle like songs like Gimme Chocolate or We Live Forever, it's still very tough. The newest Extreme, Rockstar, joins the list in a very similar position to No One Knows as a 4+. It has a lot of swipes and some of them are in really tricky positions, so it's no surprise to see this as a higher ranked clear. Moving over to scoring, we see only one past song changing. Therapy, surprisingly, at least to me, moved up from a 3- to a 3. It's not often you see new songs climb, since most songs start out with an inflated sense of difficulty while they are new and unknown. This shows that's not always the case though, as Therapy scoring numbers worsened more than any other Extreme since our last tier list. Rockstar lands as a 3- for scoring, which I think makes sense with the high amount of swipes to buffer your score. Finally, looking at each song's overall score, we also see very little change. Winona's was the only song to actually change rows since last month, and it brought its overall score up to a 4.0. I've always felt like this one was deserving of a 4.0 over a 3.5, and I'm glad to see it finally earn this rank. With the way the numbers on it have been moving, I think we'll see it solidify its position here further next month. Rockstar lands as an overall 3.5, which again feels about right to me. I compare Rockstar to Party Hard and We Live Forever, as all of them are swipe fests that are comparatively easy to score on. I feel like Rockstar is in the middle of the other two, being overall slightly harder than Party Hard, but we'll watch it in the future. So here we are, the Extreme September tier list. I realize there wasn't a lot of change in these lists again this month, but want to reiterate that that's actually a good thing as far as the data is concerned. It shows that these songs are confidently in the right positions, or at least very close to it, and it's always nice to see some sweet numerical validation. As always, I appreciate all my Patreon donors and subscribers. I hope you've enjoyed Tier List Week. Going forward, I'm probably going to try to make this a recurring thing, probably aiming for the last week of each month. No guarantee there, I just like how this worked out this time. I'll get my Season 10 thoughts video out as soon as I get back from vacation, and until then, I'll see you on the internet.